Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm not gonna touch as much into the movies. I'm just gonna barely touch upon them. Because most people already said enough about them. Everyone and their mother have hated in those movies. Well, at least most of them. Also, I wanna say that what I expected is this. And what I got is this. What I expected is this. And what I got is this.
Yeah, oh mama.
Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
It's true, I'm your father. Search your feelings and see. It's true, I'm your father.
It couldn't possibly be. I guess that means we're family.
It's true, I'm your father.
I would also like to apologize for the quality of the video. I tried numerous ways to fix it, to no avail. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Let us start by debunking the myth that there are no strong female protagonists in Star Wars. I'm going to be brief because I'm not sure who goes around telling people this lie, and most of us know better. Let us compare the badass legends of EU compared to the fat ass of the new canon. In Legends, we have Darth Zana, the sorceress, who defeated one of the biggest and most menacing Sith Lord to ever lived. Darth Bane, an impressive feat considering this Sith Lord killed all his colleagues without even being there. Lady Gethany, one of the most unique Sith to have ever lived, who had knowledge of both light and the dark side, and a terrifying martial artist who uses a whip to cut down both Jedi and Sith that stands in her way. Bastila Shan and her great-granddaughter led the galaxy in its darkest hour and gave people hope when there's none to be found. Jaina Solo, one of the mightiest Jedi to have ever lived. In fact, she was so strong that they dubbed her Sword of the Jedi. I can go on and on of how many great female leads in Star Wars and Legends had, both known and unknown, not only Force sensitive, but also non-Force sensitive. But I'm gonna if I do that, we're gonna be here all day, so these will have to suffice for now, and let's go to the new canon. I'm not looking forward to this. The new Star Wars canon, we have the annoying Chili Lorna, Aphra. And the only reason I have her name is because I have to Google it. Because to me, she was such an obnoxious character that only... I'm sorry, but there are two things that I remember about her. Only two things that I remember about her is she's a lesbian and she's annoying. Oh, I don't want to talk about her. Just let's say that she's a Mary Sue that makes Rey a flawed character. Think about that for a second. This character makes Rey flawed by comparison. And please don't give me that crap that I'm a 666 spilled cake crap. Couldn't care less what she is or what she's like, as long as two things are there, character and story. And thanks to Disney, I got neither. Then we have Leia Friend, who I'm not gonna waste my time googling her because she is infuriating me to no end. I mean, Arfo is annoying and cringe-inducing. They just put her there so we can have a non-Force sensitive lesbian Mary Sue, but at least it kept it to itself. But Leia's friend from the novel, I believe it's Princess Leia, I'm not mistaken. had something I couldn't withstand, and that is forced political agenda. Where in one point I had to stop breathing completely because my brain hurts. Because I kid you not, she was 10 Leia, she was a fool for only liking men, and not like her, where she is bio and having the best of two worlds. And from the rumors I hear, there's also scenes where some generals of the Republic wanted to introduce gender studies. Does that sound like Star Wars for you? Because in a galaxy far, far away, with an empire that rules with an iron fist, and has a planet-sized weapon-destroying machine that can destroy another planet, all I can think of is, wait, how about the minority? How are they faring? They must be suffering. For your information, if you are humans and work with the Empire, they don't care what your preference is. You can have sex with a droid for all they care. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna save this for later. Let's continue with our topics, and let's go to the stories. I mean, how the hell did we go from amazing comic stories such as the Thrawn trilogy to whatever the hell Darth Vader Disney comic is supposed to be, which not only makes Vader devoid of, well, what made him Vader, but also cheers at it while that happens. Allow me to explain. Legends Darth Vader didn't just become an unstoppable juggernaut of death because he was Vader. In fact, he got close to death multiple times. And you could say the same for canon, but Legends made it feel more legit. If you don't believe me, go read the comic Purge. I'm gonna try to summarize this as best as I can, but I highly recommend you reading it because it's such a good read. Basically, it goes. The timeline is, I believe, 7 months after the Battle of Mustafars. Oh, and as a side note, that battle rocked. And Vader is so consumed by rage that it makes him that he's being controlled by it rather than him controlling it. And some of group of Jedi Masters and Jedi Knight, or in between, are making a last desperate attempt to capture Vader. And one of them sent Vader the invitation that, oh, by the way, all the Jedi are most of the Jedi, are meeting here. If you are as obsessed as they say about them, you can find us there. And of course, I mean, Vader put a valiant effort. I think he took 2 to 4 of them before going down. And he didn't just... and his attack wasn't as fast as the Battle of Mustafars. His attack was clunky and somewhat slow, but thanks to his training and his manipulation of Jedi doubt and loathing of him, spent the tide into his favor. I don't want to spoil so much. Because I really want you to enjoy it. Let's just say that it's a good read, and if you read it, you'll understand what I mean. I don't want to spend too much time on how he grows from dark and depressing person who tried to do the right thing to the very embodiment of death and destruction that we know and love, of course, because it will take forever. Now, let us go to canon. Okay. In canon, basically, Darth Sidious, his first son, Darth Sidious, sent him to a Jedi Master to bleed a crystal. And by the way, bleeding crystal is both dumb in ID, theory, and execution. It's basically saying that in order to have a lightsaber, you have to corrupt a light source. You have to corrupt it, hence the name Bleeding the Crystal. Yeah, I'm not sure what they were smoking when they thought that was a good idea, but hey, it's there. And he defeated the Jedi Master in a lackluster way. It was nothing but dumb luck. Basically, the first time Darth Vader fought this master, the master defeated him with ease. The second time Darth Vader fought the master, a group of cops showed up. and they told no one to move, so Darth Vader strategically threw them off. And the Master was so focused on saving them, he was like, I'll save you, I can't let you die, I'll save you, that he didn't notice the 6'2" Sith Lord next to him, giving him the chance to first choke him, and don't get me started in the beginning where he first choked Darth Sidious. Are you freaking serious? And to that I say, what story? We have no story, and if you tell me we have story, these are not stories. These stories, as people want to call them, are utter mess. We have Lord Mord, who for the life of me I can't understand the hype behind him. His philosophy seems to belong in Final Fantasy, not Star Wars. Oh, and as a side note, tell me if this sounds familiar. A villain sends himself into the future so he can come from the past because he wants to live forever and fight off the protagonist. If this isn't a direct rip-off of Final Fantasy 1, I don't know whiz. I don't know what it is. And also, what the hell? It was that last panel from the comic? It fucking implied that Darth Sidious was force raping Anakin's mom! Whoever made this, fuck you! Excuse my languages and my common languages, because I can't hold it any longer. I try to be civil, but every time I remember what Star Wars is becoming, I just throw... Let's just continue. How anyone would think this is a good storytelling is beyond me. In fact, I can summarize most of the canon like this: 80 to 87 things happening by chance, and the best evidence for that is the movie, especially The Force Awakens. Everything happened by chance, like some really, really bad video game plot. I mean, like World War II Call of Duty, or Battlefield 5, or Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy X2. It's bad. Oh my god. You know what, I'm not talking about the stories, let us continue. No, I want to talk about the creativity. LucasArts used to be very, very creative. Even outside of Star Wars, they were very creative. And if Disney reasoning for axing the LucasArts is to become more creative, then why, in front flipping fuck, have they taken every Legends character back with minor adjustment, or worse, making them opposite in almost every way, and then call it a day? Which I believe we have about 67 to 77% of them like that. This is not creative, this is just plain lazy. By the way, this is not just for Star Wars. Disney started to rip off their sleeves with the constant remake of old classics. Only make them worse. And to put everyone's mind at ease, they bring at least one LGBT character into their movies, as if that would magically make everything better. What the fuck is that shit? Who thought that was a good idea? I hope I make you understand that there isn't a single creative bones in Disney. And with that, let us go back to Star Wars. Can someone tell me why we should hate the new Empire? It isn't that bad, and it's mostly treated people well enough. Well, that is if you're human, which is fucking stupid, because most of the rebels are humans. And you mean to tell me the new Empire never thought of spying on them? Really? Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Warhammer 40k did xenophobia better than Star Wars canon. And dear people, this isn't a thing to feel good about. And the First Order are just Nazis, which is plain uninspiring. I can't root for the Alliance because most of the time the Empire did nothing wrong, and I couldn't care less about the First Order because they are one-dimensional, with no personality whatsoever. And the villains are boring. Sidious barely scraps average, and that's about it. And the heroes are either boring, obnoxious, irritating, or all of the above, like Shin Leone. And also, there isn't a threat in the new canon. I never felt like Vader, Rey, whatever the hell his name, the new Vader one of these, the Kylo Ren. You know what? I'm just gonna summarize it. I didn't think anyone was in danger, nor did I care about them, nor did I think of them as threats. And if you don't believe me, let's compare, shall we? Darth Bane, the ambitious, killed the entire Sith colonies without being there. Lady Lumaya, the traitor, hurt the Republic and Luke Skywalker in a way that they will never recover from. Lady Gethany killed everyone who stood in her way, be it Sith or Jedi. Darth Trayer, the Manipulator, gathered the broken, shattered outcast Sith and turned them into planetary-destroying weapons. Darth Vitiate the Mad destroyed both the Jedi and the Sith, and a being so evil that it'll make Abeloth, arguably the most powerful being in the human universe, soothe the seeds of end times. Darth Tenebris Obsessed, the architect of the Republic, fall and rise of the Empire. Darth Sidious, the Insane, a man who teleports you through time and space, and the only being who came close to eradicating the Star Wars universe by using his Force Spoon. Darth Caedus, the Misguided, the man who tried to revive the Empire and failed, and the original Kylo Ren, but a lot better. Darth Caedus. That's for the Force sensitives and humans. Let's go for non-Force sensitive, and to make it more of a challenge, let's make them non-humans. Supreme Overlord Shimra, the mad overlord of the Yuuzhan Vong, who nearly killed the reborn Republic. Dirge the Unyielding, the man who gave Obi-Wan a hard time, and the man who refused to die. So what about canon? We have Sidious the Emperor, who's average, and Darth Maul, who has leg spiders, I guess. And we have Savage Opress. Hope he was average. Okay. And what else do we have? Snoke, who was kinda useless. Whoop-de-fucking-do, I guess. And that's all I can think of for canon. Oh, Darth Modem, the guy who was, as I previously mentioned, the Final Fantasy villain wannabe. Yikes. No, before I go, I want to lash on the video game LucasArts. If Disney wanted to please the fan by making games, then why in God's green earth did they shut down a video game, their studios who has 20 plus years of experience and made revolutionary games, and go to fucking EA of all people? To put it into perspective, it's like me defecting from the US and joining Italy fascism. Yeah, because that makes sense. If you don't believe me, EA got Worst Company of the Year 3 to 4 times, surpassing both Walmart and Bank of America, surprisingly. And aside from the recently Jedi Fallen Order, which I felt is decent, not good, not bad, not horrible, not great, just decent, their quality of games sucks. Yeah, because Battlefield, the remakes 1 and 2 looks great. I mean, compared to the old one, it has nothing on it. And now I'm gonna direct my talk to those people who are being soft. Please, for the love of God, stop being soft on Disney. Don't use excuses like they are new to this. We should give them time. This isn't the 1950s anymore. There's no excuse for bad writing and directions. We passed the experimental phase. And more at that, Disney have Marvel, part of the 20th Fox, and many other products. And they couldn't give us anything decent? From what I've read, all they've given me is agenda, political agenda over political agenda over political agenda. at least with the old Legends, we had interesting political agenda, and it never, or at least tries to sacrifice its story and narratives for that. With that being said, don't use this as a fuel attack of the fans of the new canon. If they like it, good for them. Because I don't want to take something they enjoy and take it away. That's what happened to me. Or I should say to us. As soon as the expanded universe got taken away, it's like, I don't know, it's like losing something. It's hard to explain. I mean, they could have taken the new canon and continue Legends separately. Why they don't do that, I have no idea, and I can't tell you, and I don't have an answer. It would have pleased the fans, it would have pleased me, it would please a lot of people. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. All I have to say to Disney, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. It's if George Lucas himself has given you a duck that gives you gold, and instead of taking care of it, you slaughter it. This is just my final part in anything. If you guys want an extra, let me know. I have a lot to say, but this is just a brief summary. I don't know if I'm going to continue in it. And especially with the YouTube new policy, I doubt I'll be able to continue it. With that being said, I hope all you take a great, having a great day. Goodbye.